even transfer the rights to your trademark to your kids, to your kids' kids. Like, I mean, McDonald's has been around forever. Okay, you have railroad companies who have been around forever that they just keep passing down the wealth because of the name, the brand.
Right.
So, you know, if you are a business owner, I really want you to realize, like, it's kind of like when you have a house, you don't want to build a house on a, you know, unsolid or rocky foundation. When you're building your business, you need to have your trademark in place.
Welcome to the Friends in Beauty podcast, a safe space for ambitious beauty industry creatives to have real talk, get real answers, and practical tools to grow their businesses. My name is Shawntia Robinson, and I'm a makeup artist, beauty educator, and the creator of Friends in Beauty. I created Friends in Beauty to support like-minded creatives just like you on their quest to connect, network, and build genuine relationships within the beauty community. Join me every week as me and my special guests reveal the keys to success and longevity in the beauty industry, and most importantly, have fun while doing it. You ready? Hey, what's up? It's your best friend in beauty, Shawntia Robinson. Welcome back to another episode of the Friends in Beauty podcast. I hope all is well with you and you are listening to this episode in good health. Before we jump into today's episode, I just want to remind you to click the link below in the description or the show notes so that you can join the Friends in Beauty Facebook community. We are growing by the numbers and I would love to have you there. It's a place for us Friends in Beauty just to hang out, share resources, virtually network, and just kick it. Also, we're also available on Apple Podcasts. So if you have an iPhone or iPad, I would love it if you could leave us a 5-star rating and review. Let me know what you feel and your thoughts about this podcast. Also, if you prefer to watch these interview episodes, we are also on YouTube as Friends in Beauty. So all of that would be down below in the description or the show notes. And also follow us on social media if you haven't already. Everything is at Friends in Beauty. Join the conversation on social. We have a lot of fun there as well. So let's go ahead and jump into this interview. I had the pleasure of sitting down with Shawntia Jones. Shawntia Jones is the CEO of Promise Quest Sisters. And when Shawntia started her business in 2018, she came across individuals using her slogans and designs, and she couldn't legally do anything about it. At that moment, she realized she did not own her brand. So she decided to do her own research to trademark her brand. And currently, Shawntia has 4 federally registered trademarks and 3 pending trademarks, and wanted to let other business owners know if she can do it, so can you. In June 2020, she launched Protect Your Brand LLC, which is a third-party document filing service which files trademark applications directly to the USPTO. She also created the Do-It-Yourself trademark course for small business owners who want to learn more about the trademark process, and she helps people protect their legacy with life insurance products as well. In this episode, we talked about the importance of protecting your life and brand, the process for filing a trademark, and what to do if someone infringes on your trademark, and also how you can go about protecting your life and brand with Shawntia's help. So without further ado, I had so much fun interviewing Shawntia. We got a chance to catch up and everything. We talked about a lot in this episode, and I know it's one that you're going to enjoy. So let's get into it. Welcome to the Friends in Beauty podcast, Shawntia.
Thank you for having me.
I'm so excited. I think, well, actually, you are the first guest that I have on the podcast that is not in the beauty industry. You know, you're not in the beauty industry, but with this podcast, I did want to bring on people who can contribute to people in the beauty industry, like business wise. I didn't want to just have people who are just makeup artists, photographers, and you know, all that stuff. I want to bring on people who can also give business insight. So you're my first guest to give us some business insight. So I'm so excited.
I feel so special.
Huh?
I said, I feel so special.
You're super special. So before we jump into the interview, I want to give the listeners a chance to learn more about you aside from what you do with business. So I'm going to ask you some random facts about you.
Okay, gotcha.
All right. So give me 3 random facts about you.
Random facts. Number 1, I went to Howard University on a full bowling scholarship for
Okay.
4 years. Most people are like, that is random. Two, I got married in less than 2 months. And what else is a random stuff? I guess I'm a big kid. I like to jump rope and go roller skating.
Okay. I love that. That's fun. That's stuff you should
Yeah,
just keep on doing just because.
yeah.
All right. What does everybody tell you that you're good at, like aside from what you do for work?
Everyone actually tells me that I'm a good people person and I shed a lot of positivity in the world.
Nice. I love that. What's a quality that you admire the most about yourself?
About myself. That I'm just who I am. I accept who I am. I love who I am, and I'm not ashamed of being who I am.
What's the best compliment you've ever received?
Out of that, ever received? Oh, I know what it is. Oh, you got 3 kids? I can't believe that. Yes, that one right there. I'm like,
Yes, three
yeah.
kids.
Yeah? And it was like, oh, are you the sister? Oh no, I'm not their sister. I'm their mama.
Yes. So I was about to say that if you're watching this like on YouTube or wherever, you'll notice that Shawntia is in the car because she's a mom of three, a fabulous mom of three. So she had to get away from the kids. So my last random question that I have is like, what do you like to do by yourself if you ever get a chance to be by yourself?
Okay, what I like this is, I mean, sometimes just it's bad. You get to go to grocery store by yourself as a mom, or honestly, I get to catch up with my friends. Like when I'm going like about to go run an errand, I'll call them and just have some girl time. And we can't go get our toes done. So well, I'm not
Yeah.
getting my toes done yet. But those are some of the things that I like to do by myself.
Okay,
And
cool.
go for walks by myself.
Anything by yourself, I guess, when you have kids is like a luxury.
Go to the bathroom by myself.
Exactly. Awesome. Well, thanks for sharing that. Those are some really cool things. So let's jump into it. I'm really excited to learn more about you. Like a random fact before we jump into the interview. For those of you all don't know, me and Shawntia used to work together back in the day when I used to sell life insurance and mutual funds. That was before I even was thinking about like being a makeup artist. And that's one of the things that a lot of
Yeah.
people shocked at when I became a makeup artist. It was like, we didn't even know that you had an interest in beauty at all. So I wanted to share that before we jump in. So Shawntia, tell us, how did your passion for helping people protect their lives and brands develop?
Um, it is like you say, it's crazy because we started years ago. I want to say, what was it? Okay, my oldest is 10, so 10, 15, I don't know. It's been a long time.
Yeah.
And the first time I actually got interested in the financial service industry was right out of college. And I was like, oh, I want to get my investment license at the time. And, there was no other company but like a few companies that were willing to just take somebody on to just do that. And I was
Mm-hmm.
like, I want to help people save their money and, get their life insurance. So I started with that. That was kind of like my first step into the entrepreneur land.
Okay.
I didn't do anything else before then that was per se as an entrepreneur.
Mm-hmm.
So that was an adjustment because if you're used to a 9 to 5 job, you don't know what you're doing. You're just so it was a lot of working on myself. And then I got married and I had kids, so then my roles kind of reversed, and I was more of the mom. And then the past few years, I was like, no, I want to do what I want to do again. So I've always had my life insurance license. I let my securities license go, but I was like, I'm going to make more of a attempt to use my license that I have. So then in around 2018, I got laid off from one of my jobs because it was in 2018 or 2017 for the grant. And I was at home with my kids, and then at the time, one of my daughters said, "Well, mommy, Sissy looks better than me because she's lighter than me." And I was like, man, so I started from there. I was like, no, you need to make a promise to love yourself and be who you are. And then I launched our clothing and accessories brand, Promise Quest Sisters. So with that, learning and developing, then I noticed that people were stealing my stuff.
Oh no.
So this is how we got into like me even learning about trademarks or anything like that. So I was like, man, people are stealing my designs. Not even, I wasn't even in business for a year yet. I had to say it was like maybe a few months.
Must have been
I was
some
like,
good
man,
designs.
they keep taking this one, it's the phrase, this, I promise to love myself, the phrase that we had trademarked. Okay. And they were just using it over and over again. Like, I got to send office actions for that phrase all the time. So, I was like, man, I need to learn how to do it, but how do I do it? So that's when I was like, okay, I'm going to teach myself and see what happens. So I contacted multiple attorneys. The price range was, a little up there,
Yeah.
So I was like, yeah, I'm definitely gonna learn how to do this on my own. And that's when I made an attempt to do my first trademark on my own. And I had a partial refusal, which means they accepted some of my stuff, but not everything. And then that's when I had an attorney do help me with the office action that I ended up getting because I didn't do everything correctly.
Okay.
From there, she helped me fix that, and then that was my first registered trademark that I got. And that was the one that everyone was taking, so I wanted to do that one first. I was like, man, oh, now I know how the system works, that I can do all this research for free in the trademark database. And I was like, oh, I'm going to do a few more on my own. So then I went and I registered 3 more trademarks, all on my own. And I got everything registered without any office actions and any issues. And then I was like, man, I really like learning about trademarks. Like, I really like sharing this information. I really like telling people about it. Like, you need to make sure you protect your brand, because if it were not for me learning how to do my trademarks, there would still be people right now who can just go say, oh, I'm going to use this phrase, I'm putting on a t-shirt, and that's just what it is. And I'm like, no, you're not. I will send a cease and desist letter, as
Right.
you know, on my posts. Okay. And I will put, I will email the legal department real fast, but I can only do that because I have a trademark, you know. So currently right now I have 4 registered trademarks with the USPTO, and I have 3 pending.
Okay.
So yes, I was like, you know what? I have my brand Promise Quest Sisters for my girls. I'm out here, I love, helping people protect their life and protect their brand. So, now I'm just like, I'm gonna do what I want to do.
I love it. And I feel like that's the best way to live. And especially when you love what you do, I feel like you really operate out of integrity, and it comes from a good place, and it feels good to the people who are receiving it. So I'm happy that you get to do what you love. That's awesome.
Yes, and all from home, so that's even better, because now I'm like, okay, you have these kids, they have schooling, but at least I get to do everything from home with my e-commerce business. Yep.
Nice. So I do want to jump back to the life insurance, because I have so many questions about the trademark and stuff that I'm gonna ask you in a few. But I feel like life insurance is like one of those things that a lot of people don't talk about, especially in like the African American community. It's not a thing. So what are some of the reasons why people need life insurance?
Well, some of the reasons are, if you don't have enough money saved up for, let's say, your burial, or you can't pass down to your kids, you need something to supplement that income so you can leave them an inheritance. I think sometimes in our community, we need to know, like, you can't create generational wealth if you don't have nothing to leave them. Like, you have this debt and you have all these other issues, but you need to leave them something. And life insurance is a great way at an affordable cost to help them with that. Everyone needs life insurance, whether you think you do or you don't, especially business owners.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Again, that goes back to if you want to have something left for your family, like Kobe Bryant, he had a trust, he had insurance, he had so many different things in place that, even though he's gone, unfortunately, his family doesn't have to worry about money. And we as a Black community definitely need to do better at setting up our our legacies now, so our kids, our family members, they don't have to worry about that. And life insurance is definitely a key to help in that situation.
Yeah, money is like the last thing you want to be worried about when somebody passes away. It just adds more stress
It's
to the
stressful.
situation. What are some of the excuses I guess you've heard for people not wanting to get life insurance?
The crazy part, sometimes I hear is, oh, well, I ain't trying to leave them nothing anyway. Like,
Oh
what?
my God. That's so
Like,
selfish.
really, you're not even trying to leave them 10. They can't even bury you. You just don't
Right.
care. Like, that, or, oh, it costs too much.
Mm-hmm.
Life insurance, I mean, costs less than Netflix if you're younger. Like, it costs way less than a phone bill now.
Oh,
I mean,
definitely.
our phones and our cell phones cost way more than life insurance. A
Mm-hmm.
lot of times it costs less than your car insurance. So every other insurance that you have in place, um, more than likely, if let's just say you're young and you're in pretty good health, you won't have to pay anything. Of
Right.
course, when you have someone who's older and um, even though they need a little bit of life insurance, it'll cost them more. They
Mm-hmm.
can still afford life insurance.
Right. I think I
Well,
pay
I don't
like
have the time to sit around and do
$38. Yeah, I think I pay like $38 or something like that a month. And it really is good to get it while you're young and healthy. Don't wait till you falling apart to try to get some
it.
life
Yeah,
insurance. I mean, still get it, but it's just going to be higher.
well, yeah, you make a good point because life insurance is something you qualify for. It's not something that you can just say, oh, I'm going to get it today. And honestly, insurance companies are adding the coronavirus to the
Mm-hmm.
application.
Mm-hmm.
So, they're smart. Like, they're not trying to pay out all these claims. Like,
So are
if
they
you were
adding the
sick,
coronavirus to the application or like the cause of death? What do you mean they're adding it?
no, they're actually adding the coronavirus to the application, asking questions like, have you been hospitalized for the coronavirus? Have you been, like all those different type of questions to see like, oh, like, is this now, whether they deny you or not, that's on them.
Mm-hmm.
But the simple fact that you now have insurance companies putting this on application means that you may want to get some insurance.
Yeah, for real,
Because you
because
just
they might
you
try to
just
use
don't know.
that.
You may get the coronavirus, and who knows what happens if that happens, if they're gonna give it to you. Or a lot of people have insurance through their job,
Mm-hmm.
and then they get laid off. And let's just say they had a pre-existing condition. Now you can't get qualified for it. So it's always good to have at least something. My kids have life insurance.
Right.
You
Because
know,
yeah, unfortunately, it does not have a age. It
yeah,
just
it doesn't
time was
have an
time.
age. And I think one of them I may pay like $5 for thousands of dollars worth of coverage that she'll have forever. Why
Hmm.
not?
Yeah.
I spend $5 on anything.
Right. I love Five Below, so don't even get me
Oh,
started on $5. I'm so mad that Five Below hasn't opened back up yet. I'm like, this is an essential store, okay? I need
yeah.
Five Below. So other than like people thinking that life insurance is expensive, what is another big myth that you hear when it comes to getting life insurance?
Um, they're not gonna pay out.
Mm,
Insurance companies mandate by law. If you have a contract with them, they are supposed to pay out as long as you don't lie on the application. Okay, that's another one I hear. But or I just don't have time. I don't have time to do it. Um, I don't have time to get around to it. But a lot of times, a lot of people don't think something's going to happen to them.
And to be honest, that's like one of the main reasons why I stopped selling life insurance, because I just didn't have time to convince people that they were going to die one day. It's like they really honestly don't think that they're going to die. It's like, are you freaking serious? Like, I've had people use religion, and I'm not,
Oh
discounting
yeah.
anybody's religion, but I've had people use religion as an excuse, like, God will provide. I'm like, how do you know that God is not providing through life insurance? Like,
Yeah. So you have everything else but life insurance.
mm-hmm.
You got your TV, you got your Netflix, you got your cable, you got your car, but you don't have life insurance. Yeah.
Yeah, and that was one
He
of the
wants
main
you to leave
reasons.
an inheritance to your
Yeah.
family.
And I have a sister that passed away in 2013, and that was stressful. She didn't have no life insurance, and that was stressful just trying to bury her because she was out of state. We had to get
Sorry
her
to
back
hear
to
that.
DC, and it was like a whole thing. So at least I just feel like people should have at least the expense, like enough to cover their burial and
Yeah,
whatever.
their final expenses. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah. Let's transition into the fun stuff.
Yes. I know.
Let's talk about trademarking now. Like, when it comes down to protecting your brand, I mean, you explained some of your experiences so far with people stealing your stuff, but what are some other reasons why us as business owners should get a trademark?
Girl, there are so many reasons. Of course, I'm not a lawyer. I can't give legal advice. But okay, trademarks. You start an LLC, you start a corporation, you go to your state, whatever the case is. You say, okay, yes, I got my business, I'm good to go. No, 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 no. Trademarks are the only way that you can legally own your brand. If somebody wants to take your brand today and you didn't file and register it with the USPTO office, they have every right to. And it's really unfortunate because a lot of times you see small Black business owners who haven't trademarked their brand, and then you have bigger companies who see something that they like, and then they take it from there, and they're like, oh well, I had that. Yeah, you had it, but it's not trademarked.
Right.
Okay. um you have situations where people, they have a trademark and then they license their stuff out, so they have their trademark, and then they pay other people, or they get a percentage off of things they're producing. I mean, your trademark, you can sell your business, okay, and then you can actually sell your information, and someone can buy your trademark. You can transfer the rights to your trademark to your kids, to your kids' kids. Like, I mean, McDonald's has been around forever. Okay, you have railroad companies who have been around forever,
Mm-hmm.
that they just keep passing down the wealth because of the name, the brand.
Right.
So, if you are a business owner, I really want you to realize, like, it's kind of like when you have a house, you don't want to build a house on a, unsolid or rocky foundation. When you're building your business, you need to have your trademark in place.
Mm-hmm.
Your trademark, your LLC is not it should not be, oh, let me do this training, let me do this LLC, let me pay somebody to do my website, let me pay somebody to do all that, and then you get a cease and desist letter, and you're like, I gotta rebrand.
Wow. Yeah.
I didn't even check my name in the day, so I gotta do all this stuff all over. So all the money you put into building this brand, this business, that you thought that, yo, this is it, this is my $1 million business, is gone because you
Right.
didn't know or have access to just file a trademark.
Wow. Yeah. That would be so unfortunate. What kind of brand elements are eligible to get trademarked?
Oh, there are so many podcasts, clothing
Really?
lines. Yes, podcasts, clothing lines. Um, oh, it's so many. Okay, financial services. Girl, the dag on the stock, at the stock exchange, the little noise that, the bell.
The ding
Girl,
ding.
that's
Yeah.
trademark.
Wow. Hmm.
The sound marks are trademarks. Um, there are, so, like, anything you can really think of that identifies a brand can be trademarked. I've seen people, like, they have candle businesses. They're selling essential oils. If they have an online retail store, if I mean, things that you would never think about. You're like, oh, I can trademark this?
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah. There's 45 different categories that you can trademark. So they're broken up into goods like clothing, apparel, um, candles, and then like services, which are maybe like legal services. If you're doing like educational workshops or whatever, I've seen people trademark, like, people have like a Facebook community, like, who they're empowering women to um, talk about business and, training them. I've seen all different types of stuff that
Right.
is trademarked. So you have probably anything that you're doing, like right now, if you're doing something, you can probably trademark it.
Right. And I guess it would be a way to, I'm just thinking like it has to be a way that, because I feel like a lot of us do a lot of things under like the same umbrella. So is there a way to trademark your brand under one umbrella that like kind of protects like everything that you do, or would you have to file like individual like applications?
So with trademarks, you like, okay, so there can be people who have trademarks like McDonald's. Nobody can start McDonald's restaurant. Okay, like they got that on lock. But there may be a McDonald's hardware store,
Gotcha.
or a McDonald's rental car place. So the trademark kind of gives you the exclusive name for whatever you're doing in that category. So like I have, for my example, I have trademarks in multiple categories. Like I have it in like apparel, and then another one is like book bags, like fanny packs, that class. And then I have like protecting like phone cases.
Mm-hmm.
And then like, for services, like when I'm doing workshops for my girls or Promise Quest sisters, that's like a whole nother trademark that's in a whole nother different category. And
Gotcha.
then if I want to do something else, so of course, you got to pay to play.
Mm-hmm.
If you
But it's
want to
worth it.
protect it. Yeah, but it's worth it because it's an investment, and that you can renew, it's not like you have to renew it every year. You pay your fee, and then when it's time, that 10th year, you got to pay again, so you can always renew it. But sometimes what I see is in a database, and I'm going off because, okay, so this is right, not random, but the way I learn how to, how I learn about the data, like the trademark, I want everyone to know this, okay? The trademark database is free, okay?
I've
The,
definitely searched it before.
it is free, okay? If you want to search anybody's trademark, you can.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to know what they provided for a specimen, you can. If you want to know who their lawyer is on file and you want to get that lawyer to be your lawyer, you can. Like, they don't, it's public information. And I think with trademarks is in our minds, like, it's just so intimidating. I know for me,
Mm-hmm.
because like I remember thinking about it, like, oh well, you need to get a trademark attorney. A trademark attorney needs to handle this. And I was like, trademark attorney's out of my budget right now.
It's
Okay.
expensive,
So
girl.
yeah. So and they have every right to charge the way they charge. But right now, I just am not willing to pay that right now.
Uh-huh.
But I was like, but everything is free. Like, all this is public knowledge. Like, so if you want to search, like, just kind of when someone tells you when you're in business, you need to research your competition.
Mm-hmm.
Go in the trademark database. Go to see if you want to podcast, see what somebody else put in for podcasts. What did they submit? Like, what did they do? Like, so you can learn about the whole trademark process.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a great thing about it being public. Like, all your, like, it's public information. Don't let anyone tell you,
Yeah.
oh, we can't. You can look it up, and
Nice.
we'll be there forever.
Right. So I know for people like me that are in the beauty industry, a lot of the times we experience like same thing you experience, people stealing your work, people stealing elements of your brand and stuff like that. If I were, for like an example, if I were to trademark my business name, Aquia Robinson Artistry, would my work be protected under that? Like my like photo shoots and stuff like that?
Oh, okay. So of course, remember, I'm not a lawyer. You always have to
Mm-hmm.
consult a lawyer for that. But according to my knowledge of what I've learned, a lot of time copyrights cover more of the artistry field, like if they want to protect their photographs, because a lot of people file like their copyrights. And from what I hear copyrights is easier than trademarks.
Oh, okay.
That people have done copyrights, and I've talked to some people before that if they've done copyrights, that you can actually put multiple like things in a copy. But I've never done a copyright
Mm-hmm.
application, but I heard it's a lot cheaper
Okay.
than trademarks. And like especially with photographs, like if you're a photographer, you should definitely look into copywriting. And
Mm.
I've heard like it's just like a simple process if you can just read.
Yeah.
So
Well, hopefully they can read. They know all them camera settings. Hopefully they can read. And recently there was a thing that I saw on Instagram with this girl. She's a popular designer in this area and like globally now. But she did this virtual runway show that got stolen by like Prada. Prada tried to coin that they invented this virtual runway show thing because it was like it wasn't even silhouette. It was just like the clothes were just moving, like the people were walking down the runway. And then Prada did one too, and I was just like so disappointed and hurt for her because that was something that she thought of, and then for a bigger company like Prada to come and say, "Oh, like this was our original idea," like would that be a matter of copyright or trademark? If she wanted to trademark. I don't know.
again, again, I can't get that legal information out because I'm not the lawyer. So I would definitely, for that person, she should have probably contacted a trademark attorney, and then they could probably give you the best
Mm,
route to say like, oh, should you copyright this? Should you
yeah.
trademark this? Can you copyright this runway show? Because for me, like whether you do it yourself or you have a trademark attorney or you have a third party like a Protect Your Brand or like a legal Zoom or whatever the case is, the only thing that matters is it's protected.
Mm-hmm.
Like because sometimes people may not have the money right now to do it, but eventually they may get a lawyer because they're just so busy building their brand. They don't have time to
Mm-hmm.
go in there and do all of that stuff. So the most important thing is protecting it, protecting your brand, making sure you work with an ethical and legal person who's going to do right by you, and getting that registration in the mail, like you're like, oh, I really own this.
Yeah. What's the process like for like registering a trademark?
That takes forever. No, seriously, that's the only thing about trademarks. You're like, am I ever going to get this thing in the mail? So with my experience, okay, you filed an application, okay. It usually takes about 4 to 5 days to actually have it show up in the USPTO database where other people can search.
Mm-hmm.
From there, then you have to wait a whole nother 3 months.
Oh wow.
So you have to wait a whole nother 3 months until it's assigned to an examiner attorney. Okay. Once the examiner attorney gets it, a few things happen. They send out an office action, which means like, oh, we need some additional information for you. You need to clarify some things on your application. Um, or you go to the Gazette, in which um, they put it in publication for 30 days if anyone has to oppose that.
Okay.
So if someone feels like, oh, you know what, this brand is too much like my brand name, and we're all in the same trade channel, like doing restaurants, and I'm doing restaurants. Your name is Boo Boo La, my name is Boo Boo La.
Yeah.
They're like, oh yeah, I'm gonna oppose it. And if you go to opposition, that's a whole nother thing you have to wait on. But if you're lucky enough that no one opposes your stuff, right? Um, then you finally get your trademark registration. But I mean, when I look at stuff in the system, I'm like, man, it just seems like it's a little slower for them to actually update it in a database. But once you get the registration. I know I got my certificate within 7 days.
Okay.
So it came by really fast. It's just the process can take like 6 months, like
Wow.
9 months, 12 months. Sometimes people ask for extensions, like, so you just got to be willing to wait. You got to be willing to wait and just know it's worth the wait.
Mm-hmm. Are you
Just know.
protected like at all? Are you protected at all while you're going through that process, or you're kind of still just out there?
To my knowledge, you just kind of like, at least you got your, like, so what I did was I was like, oh, I can't tell somebody to get this off until I have like the real certificate.
Mm-hmm.
So once I got that certificate, I was like, oh no, it's on all you people who had, the stuff. Let me let y'all know now, like, no, like, I'm not playing around. You need to take this down. Like, I own that.
Yeah.
So you really gotta own it to actually like tell somebody to take it down. Like Instagram, like I was following another attorney and she was saying she had her business name, she just got her trademark, and somebody else had the social media handle that she wanted, and she has a trademark for it. She sent Instagram the information, and Instagram took their stuff down.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Wow.
They
So it
took
goes
it
that
down.
deep.
It goes that deep. Like, and I was like, ooh, like I've heard people before and give their experience about they had people like take down websites and stuff like that. But that was the first time I actually heard somebody say, oh, like, yeah, you can't, no, you don't own the rights to the social media either.
That's crazy. Oh my God. So what is the process like when you have to like approach somebody for infringing on your trademark? Like what do you have to do?
So for me, what I've done, luckily a lot of the stuff that people have said, like it was all online. So they're either like on a Shopify store or a Redbubble or some type of e-commerce platform that's not their own. So I go right to that legal department, that Shopify legal department. I send them an email. I say I have a registered trademark for this amount, and they're infringing my rights. Like their mark is too similar to mine. Like y'all need to have them take that down. And
Mm-hmm.
they'll usually, and like I've seen them like send an email right the next day explaining like, okay, yes, we're just a platform. They were not on my platform.
Yeah.
We're just hosting, like, because they don't want to be in
You don't
trouble
want
for
no
that. Like,
smoke there.
they don't want no drama. Like they're like, nah. So, and they take it down. Now I've have sent out one like cease and desist, and I sent that through Instagram. But by the time Shopify took it down, I ain't had to worry about it.
So is this something that you have to pay for when you go through that process, or it's just a matter of sending out correspondence?
No, for me, I have yet to pay for an attorney or someone else to do it. I'm at the, I like this type of stuff anyway. So I like sending out emails like, bam, like,
Just
up,
have a
take it
template
down.
ready. Just have a template ready, like
Yeah,
ready
that's
to go.
exactly, what it is. Sometimes you may have to sign something. Sometimes you may have to, email it. But everyone that I've done is free. I contact them directly and they respond back very fast. And they're like, okay, well, we didn't know about that. We care about, of course, trademarks and and then they're like, it's done. I'm like really? Like, why would you even steal somebody's stuff?
No integrity. People just don't have no integrity. And I don't even
It's
want to.
crazy.
Have you heard about this? Is like totally off, but not off, but it's kind of whatever. Did you hear about the B Simone drama that's going on right now?
Okay, I don't know what's going on. I heard somebody put it in the Facebook, but I don't know what it is. Like, what happened?
This basically because it's an accusations of plagiarism in a book that she wrote, and I feel like that will probably be protected under copyright because that's a book. But
Oh,
like when you look at it, it's kind of like if you were to create your top 50 steps to creating a trademark as like a lead magnet or something like that, or something you can
uh-huh.
on Pinterest. And she had like the same thing in her book, but it was like literally like the same thing, like the same title, the same step 1 through 50. And she said that she outsourced the company to help her, with writing the book.
Oh,
So of course she's taking responsibility because that's her brand and everything, but the company is the one that did it. So stuff like that. Ugh. I wonder if there was a way that she could have checked or, fact check those steps beforehand. I don't know. But that's the
that's hard sometimes when you outsourcing different stuff, and you're trusting these people like to make sure they're doing the right things, and you're
Mhm.
like, and you're just reading. It's not like you do, because you don't have time to do the research. That's why you pay somebody to do it for you.
Right.
You're like, you just stole off somebody's whole book, like, and you just put my name on it.
Pretty much. I mean, it wasn't the whole book, but I'm guessing like just that. I don't know if it's just that one portion, but that was the portion that I saw. It was literally like the same.
Oh, well, I had to read up on that, because I don't, I was like, what are they talking about? I was
Yeah. That was random, but it fit. So, what are three key things that you learned about, I guess, trademarking as you were going through the process of filing for yours?
Wow. Strategy. That's, I think, the trade, like, if you decide to do it on your own, um, have a strategy in place. Um, Trademarking is not as easy what people think. Sometimes, like, they're like, oh, well, I typed it in a database and they don't have the same name as me, so I'm good. And then 3 months later, you're like, you get an office action, and then the attorney says, well, um, this mark is similar and is creating confusion with another mark. You're like, but I don't have the same name. And doing research, I've seen that happen a lot of times. Like, people, they don't have the exact same name,
Mm-hmm.
but like they may have some similar words in there, and they're just like, oh, nope, it's similar. You can't get this registered. So have a strategy in place. Like, check it, like, different spellings. If you spell like cocoa, like COCO, cocoa, maybe you need to spell it with a K. Like, just don't think that if you type it in, it's the way, like, it just don't go down like that. And research, like what um you want to protect. Research your competitors to see what they protected.
Mm-hmm.
um Also, like, play around, and if you decide to do it on your own, play around in the trademark database first, just so you can know, like, what you're dealing with, like what you're facing, or what type of things that will pop up in the database. And just know, like, you don't know everything, and that's okay. But if you at least trying to protect something now, you're in a budget, be okay with that. And once you get more money, you can hire somebody, you can, become more knowledgeable, whatever the case is. But if you can only do one trademark, do one trademark. Start with the one. People say, man, what should I protect? I was like, the one that matters the most to you.
Mm-hmm.
Like, the one that matters the most to you, because people want to trademark so much, but financially sometimes you can't do all this. So just do what's the most important to you. So strategy, research, and said another one. Oh, be willing to learn and listen. Follow lawyers. Okay. Follow people who, well, it's similar to research, but lawyers, sometimes they give a lot of good information that's for free.
Mm-hmm.
And when they go live and when they tell you stuff, listen to them. Of course, they're not giving like legal advice, because of the whole attorney-client relationship, whatever the case is. But like, they give out so much free information. I give out so much free information. Like, learn from it. Really just learn from the process. And that's if you're doing it on your own. And even if you're not doing it on your own, just make sure that your stuff is in a database, and make sure your lawyer is doing their job to follow up to make sure your stuff doesn't get abandoned. If you either do it yourself or
Mm-hmm.
you have somebody else do it, like, follow up. Don't just think you gave somebody the money, oh yeah, it's all done, like, it's good. Like, no, like, follow up, follow up, follow up, follow up. Make sure your stuff is there, because I've seen people again who say, well, I paid this person or I paid this company and they were supposed to do it and they never did it,
Uh,
and I checked the database. I'm like, man, why it's not showing up? Why? Because they didn't do it. So make sure you follow up. Yeah, I know it's crazy. Like, life is crazy, but when you get in
yeah,
the business, like, man, people really do this type of stuff.
they really do, and it's so sad. I'm just like,
I'm like, how do my mind doesn't work like that. So y'all really like do this? But okay, I guess. I don't have a criminal mindset. Like,
right.
I don't know what criminals do. So I'm always
Okay.
like the naive one, like, oh, they really did that for real? Like, that's messed up.
Yeah, I feel you. I'm like that too. How much does it cost to get a trademark? Mark, like, I guess is it a range or a flat fee?
Yeah, so they have different fees. The commonly that I see that's in the database that you can actually check online yourself is $275. For now they call it a T standard application, and the T plus application is $225.
I don't know why I always thought it was more than that. Maybe those were the when I was looking through trying to do it through a lawyer or something. I don't know why I always thought it was like a crazy, but that's affordable. I feel like that's
It's
affordable.
No, that's very affordable. Like I said, like by the time you do an LLC, your LLC or something can cost the same or even more.
My LLC costs
So
more than that. I was like, ooh.
well, you see, that's what I'm saying. Like, and that's what just educate people. Like it's $225. Like
Hmm.
it's less than a car note. Well, some people's car notes.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. A lot of people don't think that it is manageable because of finances, but you're right. Of course, attorneys, they cost more because they have the right to. They went to school.
Hmm.
Because I spent probably 1,800 on the 4 that I have now, and that's included me paying when I paid an attorney to help me out with an office action, and she charged me like I think it was 425, 450. It wasn't that much. It
Hmm.
was it was a good price, but if I would have went to an attorney for all of that, I would have paid $10,000
Yeah. Easy. Hmm.
easy. Like, yeah, I was like, let me
So is
hold
that
that
money
10,000.
refundable? Like if they deny your application, do you get that money back? Of
Trademark
course
fees
not.
are non-refundable. You register, it's gone. Like, that is it.
I was like, well, now you know. Look.
But now you know. So before people like, and I talked about this. I think on my social media the other day when people were go out there trying to trademark. I can't breathe. Like,
I saw you post that. I was like, wow. Well,
you
why would you
trying to
even
make
want to
money.
do that?
Number one, why would you even want to do that? Number two, if you do the research,
You
you
will
can
see.
see that they a few years ago denied it. The trademark attorney denied it, and then you had people who are all trying to do T-shirts and shirts. And I was like, yeah, I was like, they don't do the research, and that's you got to do the research. You see, there's like 8 of them saying I can't breathe, and they all like. I would just love to see 3 months from now, like what happens. Like, in my mind, I already know what's going to happen, but I would love to see like, well, duh,
Right.
like
You
what do you
just
think
wait.
this is?
So if it's in the system like that, when you can see it, that means that they actually paid that price for the application.
Yeah, I mean, you can see like there's okay. I'm gonna give your listeners a little tidbit that I
Okay.
usually charge people to So there's a button. So if you go to the trademark database, right? Of course you do a search, right? You know how you pop up, it does a search, right?
Mhm.
To the left side of that button. So this is the key, y'all. This is the key. There's a button, it's a blue button that says TSDR. And that's the trademark service status document retrieval, all that, database. You click on that button, okay, you will see everything that you filed. If you do another search, you can see everything that somebody else filed. You can see everything. So when I found out about that, that was life for me because I'm a researcher. So I was like, oh, do. Oh, you got a trademark? Oh, yeah, let me see if you really got a trademark. when we
Yeah.
see what you submit. Like, don't try to act like you got one. You don't got one. I don't see it in the database.
Right.
But yeah, that is that button right there tells you everything. And not only that, you can look at what people submitted.
Hmm.
You can get a better idea of how it works. Like, and the USPTO office, like, they tell you what is a acceptable specimen. So sometimes you think that, like, oh, I don't know what to submit. If you know how to navigate that system, um, you can see, like, oh, what is a specimen for a good? Packaging, this, that,
Yeah.
your tag. Oh, what is a specimen for a service? A business card, your website with your description of services that you do. All that's on the website.
Mm-hmm.
So when people are not trying to tell you what it, like, it's all on the website.
Right. Ain't no secrets out here.
There's no secrets. Like, you just gotta do your research and be willing to do your research. And if you're not willing to do your research, um, then if you file something, you can't get mad. Like, do the research.
Yeah, true, true. Now, for those of us who would like to protect our life and our brand with your help, can you share with the friends and beauty community like how they can go about doing, like, what do you offer that can assist us?
Yeah. So if you even if you don't want to meet up right now, you can do a free consultation, especially for life insurance. I can actually do the application over the phone. And just, explain what different types of life insurance, what they are, how does it work. Um, and you can follow me at Shawntia Maria. That's, the best way to get to me is on Instagram. It's so funny how, like, you send messages on Instagram all day before you, like, call somebody.
Mm-hmm.
And there are different ways that you can learn how to protect your brand. Also, if you follow at Shawntia Maria, SHAWNTIA Maria MARIA. I had established a DIY do-it-yourself trademark course for business owners, so they can just learn more about how the system works. Um, what is a trademark? What are the different classes? And the direct links to the USPTO office where you can look for that information they're giving to you for free.
Nice.
Okay. And then I also started the Protect Your Brand document filing service.
Ooh.
So we're a third. I know, I'm excited about that. So we're a third party that we um, take your information that you provide from your intake forms, your questionnaire, and we actually fill the trademark application out on your behalf directly to the USPTO office from the information that you provide.
Mm-hmm.
Because even though sometimes people are just not, like, forms are not just their thing.
Yeah.
Like, it scares them. They get in the system and they're like, okay, here, you just do it. So if you want to do that as well, I can also help you with that. And remember, I cannot give you any legal information,
Yes.
or providing legal advice, but you can yourself check out that database and you can learn a lot on your own.
Okay, that's awesome. So you all hear that we definitely need to trademark our brands out here because people are crazy. It's so, I mean, it's just the world that we live in. We have to deal with honest people and dishonest people. So if
Yeah.
you want to protect your brand and be able and protect your life, be able to leave behind some kind of legacy for your family, definitely hit up Shawntia so you can get your business and your life together. Okay.
Right.
Thank you so much. Before you go, I have to ask you some friends in beauty rapid fire questions. So whatever
Oh,
comes
what
to
is
your
this?
mind first. She's like, oh yeah.
What's this? This is scary.
Whatever comes to your mind first, just give it to me.
Okay.
Okay. So what are the top 3 keys to your success so far?
God, consistency, and never giving up.
Nice. God, consistency, and never giving up. Nice. How do you measure your success?
Hmm. Um, I measure my success if something is, like, happening. Like, I need a result. Like, is somebody purchasing my stuff? Like, am I, getting more clients? Am I more people reaching out to me for something? So as far as, like, business wise, that's how I measure that.
Nice. I like that. What's the best advice you've ever received?
Mm. Mm. Wow. That's okay. The first thing that came to me was follow your heart, follow your dreams. You have one life to live, live it to the fullest.
Nice. What advice would you give to someone who's ready to give up, like whatever business they're in? We're in the beauty industry, so even if they were trademarking, what advice would you give to someone who's just ready to throw in the towel?
Don't give up. God gave you that vision, that plan for a reason. Of course, in business, you're gonna have your down, you have your up times, but that time that you're struggling is gonna make you tougher and it's gonna make you stronger to become the best person you are today. And I feel like the coronavirus helped lead me to like get all this stuff done. I had started a whole nother business because of the coronavirus.
I started this podcast because of the coronavirus. Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's crazy.
Yeah. So what's the other one? What's a resource that you can share with the friends and beauty community that has helped you in your business?
Oh my gosh. There's so many. I'm sorry, all these notifications be coming from my phone. Um, there are so many. Because like I started off and then I was in like different Facebook groups and then you follow certain people on social media. So I'm trying to like a specific resource. I would say if you're starting a business, follow people who are not like faking it until they making it like no, not but like they're showing you their way to the next where they're going and they're giving you logical sound advice and they're not just trying to get you to buy every product that they have.
Mm-hmm.
You
Who are some
know.
of your favorites?
Oh, well, some of my favorites were Ronnie Brown with Girl CEO.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, she helped me put my business in the right direction, especially with my Promise Quest sisters when I did like a round table with her. When I first got started, I'm not sure because she's usually on Facebook. Tiffany Williams. When I wanted to learn about how to design my t-shirts. She has a Facebook group, Rich Girl Collective.
Okay.
Um, who else? Oh, the Business Boutique. So this is Christy Wright. I went to her conference, and she's a Christian entrepreneur, and I've gotten great insight from them as well. So it's a lot of different people. So just it's hard to listen to everybody, but like pick one or two
Mm-hmm.
that you want to listen to. Be encouraged. Get on a podcast.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Fill your brain with tons of great information. And most importantly, I would say get around like minded people who will push you and hold you accountable to become better. And I think that is like key. If you have people in your circle that is like, girl, you still like you still ain't launched your business yet, and they don't say anything to you like, oh, well, you'll do it again one day.
Yeah.
No, you need that girlfriend to be like, you need to stop playing around and get up off your butt and just go ahead and do it. And like, don't procrastinate, just go ahead and do it. So you really need some good people that you trust around you that's going to help you become better.
Nice. I love that. That's basically why Friends in Beauty was created anyway, because I used to come in contact with so many people who didn't have that kind of support from people in the same industry as them. Like your family or friends, sometimes they don't understand.
You know what I'm saying?
If they're not business owners themselves, they wouldn't understand the struggle. So that's why I created this community too, just to provide those resources and for people to connect in those kind of ways to have support. So I totally agree.
Oh
So
yeah, and what you're doing is so needed because that community, I mean, like the connections that you'll make from this community, and it's going to be so awesome, and it's going to level all you guys up because the collaborations, the great ideas that you guys will share,
yeah.
and like, and you genuinely want to see the other person win. Like, Like, you got to be around those people because you don't want to be around the other one.
Right. It's not a
Drop
good.
them fast. Get them out of there. Block them. Delete them. Like, y'all was friends for 20 years, but you may want to be like,
Yeah, I agree. Look. So the last thing, I want you to fill in the blank. Say my name is blank and the key to longevity and success is blank.
okay. My name is Shawntia Jones. The key to longevity and success is planning, um, scheduling, doing it over and over and over and over again, whether you want to do it or not. Did
Yes.
I get all of it?
Yeah, you sure did. Thank you so much. One more time, share like all of your social media. You shared the Shawntia
Okay.
Marie. So share your other social media and like where people can go to find out about the DIY course and have you, because I'll put it in the show notes for everybody to click.
Okay. So if you want to support your young girls and teach them how to love themselves and be who they are, you can follow at Promise Quest Sisters. It's the same on Instagram, Facebook. Twitter is at Promise Quest Sis. You can send an email to promisequestsisters@gmail.com. If you want to learn more about the DIY trademark course, or you want to get started and protect your brand through Protect Your Brand Services, you can email protectyourbrandtoday@gmail.com. And again, it's all linked up to my personal, which is Shawntia Maria on Instagram and Facebook. And you can go to the website, ShawntiaMaria.com, and it has all of the services there. Don't put www in front of it because it's not going to work. But I don't know why. But ShawntiaMaria.com. Yeah. Oh, and if you want to call me, you can call me, but you got to hit me up in DMs and then I'll call you.
Yes, and definitely follow her on social media because your page is so good. Like all of the
Oh,
information and just seeing it grow too, all of the information that you share is amazing. So definitely follow
thank
Shawntia
you.
on social media because you can learn a lot and it's entertaining too. Like when you be going in on these people, like here's another one. Somebody tried to steal my stuff again. Like it's entertaining too. So
Girl,
definitely
and then you got Ava in the background. See, that's why Ava ain't hitting there. Ava like, what?
the hype man.
She's girl.
Oh my gosh. But thank you so much for doing this. I really, really appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you for having me.
Thanks for listening to the Friends in Beauty podcast. Don't forget, sharing is caring. Share this episode with at least one friend in beauty and subscribe, rate, and review on Apple Podcasts so that other friends in beauty can find this show. Plus, we'd love to hear your feedback. Connect with us on all social media platforms at Friends in Beauty, #Friends in Beauty to join the conversation, and join our Friends in Beauty Facebook community to stay connected. Talk to you soon.